You won't believe it, would you? Monday and Tuesday, I think it was. It was the hottest day in Britain's history. It's Saturday today. It's raining outside, and I haven't had to light the fire, but I've just lit the fire just to get rid of a few scraps of wood and just take a little bit of chill off. But yeah, what a difference in a couple of 3 days. There wasn't a cloud in the sky on Monday and Tuesday, and now look at it. It's been raining. Unbelievable. It's nice though. Yeah, I do think it'd be nice to live somewhere where it's hot all the time, Spain or something like that. But I remember 20 years ago, when me and my wife got married, we went to Thailand for his honeymoon, and we were there for 3 weeks, or just over 3.5 weeks. And it was winter because we went over my birthday. And I remember saying to the taxi driver when we got back, he said, "Oh, how's it been?" And I remember saying to him, "Do you know what? I couldn't wait to get cold again because I've been hot for 3 weeks or more." So it's nice having seasons, and it was nice on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday last week when it was red hot. A bit hot to be going to work in, like, but it was still nice within record temperatures. But it looks like it's back to normal again now. That's typical, isn't it? It's nice all week while you're at work, and then it comes to the weekend and it starts chucking it down again. Anyway, enough of that. I don't know if anybody of you follow much of what I do here on YouTube, but I just like to do things that interest me, and I sort of record them, and if I find them interesting, I put them on here. Hopefully somebody else will find things interesting. But I did a video on a razor a few weeks ago. I'll just zoom in and show you it. So my previous video was on this, and it's what they call a Rolls razor. Bought this at a car boot sale years and years ago. I can't remember how many years ago. Probably paid a couple of quid for it. I never really knew what it was. I knew it was a razor because the guy told me, but I didn't know anything about it. I just thought, you know what, it's a chunky piece of old engineering, I'll have it. So there it is, Rolls razor. And then a couple of weeks ago I was clearing my garage out and I found it, and I thought, oh, I'll have a look at that. So I did a little bit of research on YouTube and found out what it was called, how it was used, so I did a video on that. Anyway, it's like anything else in life. I sort of have a little bit of interest in something, and then it just spirals out of control a bit. So, well, not out of control, but I get interested in something and I think, oh, I'll just explore that a bit further. So I went on eBay and I bought another. So what it is, there's basically two kinds of these. There's the Imperial and there's the Viscount. The Imperial is easily recognisable because it's got these three marking lines down on each side. And then there's the Viscount, and I'd seen one on eBay. I've just crossed my address out there. That's why that's all blanked out. So I've seen this Viscount on eBay, and I thought, you know what, I'll have that. So it arrived yesterday, and I've been itching to get it open. So here we go. Put that one to one side for a minute. So it's as advertised. It comes in a cardboard box, but it did say the box was pretty worn. So I'm not really bothered about the box. I haven't bought it as sort of an heirloom or an antique or anything to make money on. I bought it because I wanted another version. I've got the Imperial and I wanted the Viscount. Just to compare them really. So I'll take it out and put that to one side for a minute. So it's got the instructions. I don't want to damage it too much. That looks like the same shape as the stropping leather, so I bet that came off there. I bet that were on there when it were new to protect it. So I can't see any date or anything on here. Anyway, that's the box. Important, blade must be used flat to face, almost flat to the face. Yeah, just some shaving instructions there. But it's nice to see this. No date. Oh wow. Rolls Razor Limited, Cricklewood, London, NW2. Main agents, distribution and stockists from the service may be obtained. So here's a list of the stockists. It looked like, yeah, the stockists around the world. So we've got, you can see this, and take my word for it, Abyssinia, Aden, Afghanistan, Angola, Antigua, Bahamas, I won't read them all, just Bolivia, Brazil, British Honduras, Canary Islands, China, Denmark, Egypt, Eritrea, France, Gibraltar, Hashemite, never heard of it, Iraq, Italy, Jamaica, Madagascar, Morocco, Pakistan, Persian Gulf, Sweden, Turkey, Uruguay, USA, Venezuela, Windward and Lowwoods Islands, Windward and Leeward Islands, and finally Zanzibar. So these things, they were available all over the world. It must have been a big concern in its day. Oh, I've got a date. October 1954. Brilliant. Made in England, October 1954. So that makes this 68 years old. It's older than me. Well, I'm not going to read all that, it's nice to have it. And it gives you there a list of stuff that you need. That's obviously before shaving foam was invented even. And you'd get a stick of soap, wouldn't you, and a brush. A lather brush. I think you used to get spare blades as well. But I don't know why you need spare blades, because I reckon this could last forever if it's looked after right. Anyway, so far so good. I'm very pleased with that. So on first inspection, there's a little blemish there, but I tell you what, I don't think that's bad. Just looking now, this has got an S on it, and this has got H, and it hasn't on the Imperial. And without looking, I'm going to take a guess and say that's for the strop, and that's for the horn. So if I press the strop, the S, well, that's the horn when I press the S. Oh, it must mean press this and then you can strop it. press that and it'll let the strop off and then you can hone it. Anyway, so this is the hone that I've taken off, and that looks absolutely tip-top condition, really. I reckon this has been hardly ever been used. I'm well pleased with this. I'm going to use it. So that's the strop. Do you know what? The handle again is inside the stropping mechanism and not at the side. Like on my other one. I'll just take this out. On my other one, I don't. If anybody saw it, I reckoned that this blade is stored in the side like that, and I think I did just read something on here. So I wasn't sure if I was right. Yeah, it says here, the shaving handle in this model must be removed to allow stropping or honing movement. So I think that is the correct place to store these, inside there, inside that that gear mechanism. Go on both sides. Yeah. You could even store a spare handle in there, I suppose, if you wanted to. But anyway, so that's, so if I press the H, the strop comes off. That seems the wrong way around to me, but anyway. So all its bits are there. I'm really happy with that. This feels soft, lovely and soft. Rolls razor strop, the original one, made in England. I feel like it's hardly been used, and I'm well chuffed with it. There's a bit of engraving again on there, but Sheffield steel, it says. Best Sheffield steel. Rolls razor. Part number, I think it says. 224578. Anyway, I'm happy with that. I'll just quickly tell you how much I paid for it. I paid £8 for it, plus a little bit of postage, £3.25 postage, so it cost me £11.35, and I think that's brilliant. So I'm gonna have a bit of a shave with it just to prove it, and then I'm probably gonna put it away. But I tell you what, you know, back in the day when safety razors were invented, if I had one of these, I wouldn't have switched to a safety razor. I would have carried on using one of these, because I'd have thought to myself, well, what's the point of me spending, you know, however many pounds a week or month on a new razor, a disposable throwaway razor, when I've already got this and I can shave for note for the rest of my life. It's just baffling to me that something like this took off. But I suppose it's the way we are these days. If we can get somebody to do something for us that's even sharpening our razor blades, then we'll get somebody else to do it. I think it's crazy. One of the reasons I stopped shaving in the first place, because it was so expensive. What I actually did. So I'm just going to put this away. Another thing I've learnt by looking is when you put these cases back on, you're meant to press that button and not just click it in, because it lessens the wear on your button. So I'm going to put the handle back in its correct Amundo place. That feels so much better than my other one. I'm not saying this is a better model. I'm just saying it feels like a more looked after razor than the other, and it feels like a better one. Do you know what? I think these would make brilliant Christmas presents. You know, why don't we go back to using these kind of things instead of throwing razor blades and plastic away and spending money on things? You know, you buy this once and you can get these for 10 quid on eBay. Why ain't everybody doing it? I don't get it. One of the reasons I stopped shaving in the first place is because of how much razors cost. You know, I wasn't that precious about how I looked. You know, we all like to look all right, but you know, whether you've got a bit of stubble or not, it's one of the reasons. In fact, I'll just show you what I did a few years ago. I bought this at a car boot sale. Or did I get this? This one might have been somewhere else, but I did buy one at a car boot sale. I think it was a dog clipper one that I bought at a car boot sale for £3. And I thought, well, I'll just start shaving my own head, doing my own haircut, because, you know, who's got £5 a week to spend on a haircut, and who's got an hour to spare to go down to hairdressers and queue to get their haircut when you can do it? You know, you can do it in your own garden for no. You know, you buy one of these for £3, even if you have to buy a brand new one. What are they, about 15-20 quid, something like that? But you can get them even less than that now. You buy one of these, and you know, most blokes by the time they're my age, they're going bald anyway, so you might as well shave it all off and do that and save yourself some money. So this is what I do. A couple of times a week, or sometimes just on a Sunday. So then what I do, just to check that I've got it all, get my mirror up like that. That'll do, no kit, that'll do. So by the time I've driven to my barber's, I've got it done. I've done it and it's cost me now. And what's an haircut these days? But it's about £7.50. And then what I normally do is just trim this bit up here. Trim my ears, obviously. Quicken under my arms because that's the fashion these days. So yeah, that's how I save myself probably £7 a couple of times a month, and probably 2 hours time by the time I've got driven down to barbers and queued up and had small talk with barber, you know, left him a bit of a tip, you know, but it could be £10. Anyway, that's just a quick one on my new Rolls Razor Viscount Imperial. I think there's three models of this, 1, 2 and 3. But I mean, I'm not bothered about them. I just wanted to have the two different types. But like I say, I think these would make good Christmas presents. You know, if you could, you know, people change from these to them silly disposables. I mean, they're probably not silly disposables, and safety razors probably not silly, but you know, I'm the type of person, I would have never moved from one of these to a razor that I had to buy every week. Not a chance. I just would not have done it. So how hard would it be to talk people into getting these again? And you know, if they put modern technology and modern day science into these again, I reckon, you know, they could make them even better. But they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it, would they? Because they like you to buy the consumables, and that's where we're falling down. You know, not a chance. The razor there that'll last you for life for 10 quid. I mean, come on. Anyway, rant over. But while I'm on it, while I'm on about saving money and changing things, why do people go to shops and buy new clothes when we've got things like eBay and charity shops and hand-me-downs? I honestly, no joke, I cannot remember the last time I went to a shop and bought anything new, clothes-wise. I mean, you know, yeah, I do buy tools new if I need them and stuff like that, if I'm desperate for them. But clothes-wise, you know, I get that many pairs of socks and boxer shorts at Christmas. They last me a year anyway. I'm always, you know, getting things handed down to me. Obviously, sad as it is, people die, but what do they do with their old clothes? I'll tell a lot of my friends just give them to me, because they're not just wear just about anything. You know, most of the week I spend in my work clothes anyway. Weekends I'm in my garage, or you know, out in my garden, so I just need my scruffs anyway. If I go out, normally if I go out, we either go to concerts or things like that. So a couple of pairs of jeans and an Iron Maiden t-shirt, an Eagles t-shirt, and I'm sorted. If we go to the club, we're actually going to the club tonight, it's a working men's club. I've got a couple of t-shirts, but I don't buy anything. I bet if I spend £150 a year on stuff, it just brought it home to me this morning. We're going on holiday next week, and my wife said to me, have you got any of your swimming shorts? And I've got a favourite pair of Union Jack swimming shorts that I take with me every year, and the elastic's gone in them this year, and I tried them on, but they've still got a tie cord in them, so I tied them. And she said, oh, well, they're ready for throwing away. I'm like, no, they're not. I know somebody who can fix these. So I actually just took them round to the seamstress this morning and asked her if she'll put me a new elastic in them. But them shorts cost me 50p from a charity shop. They're a pair of Union Jack shorts. That's why I like them so much. But yeah, if everybody were like me, shops would be out of business, and we'd all be watching YouTube channels and how to make our own things. I've even made my own slippers out of an old sofa that we had. I'll show you them one day. Do you want to see them now? I'll see if I can find them. I'll see if I can find them. I knew exactly where they were. They're in my cupboard downstairs. I've not actually worn them since Christmas because somebody bought me a pair of slippers for Christmas, and they were quite nice actually, so I started wearing them for a bit, and I thought, well, I'll wear these out and then I'll go back to my old moccasins that I made out of an old sofa that we had. And all it is, it's the inside. It was an old leather sofa, and I sort of quadrupled up on the thickness on the heel and doubled it on the sole, and then I glued two pieces of leather together, cut the shape out that I wanted, because I had an old pair of moccasins that I got the shape from, and then just folded them over and stitched them down. And they're just, God, I made them about, I think I made them about 7 years ago, you know, and anyway, that's just me, a bit of a weirdo. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye.